Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have the lovely actress, Alex. She's been in Top Boy, she's been in Star Wars, and she's still in acting school, so she's doing great. And we're just going to see what we can learn from her and move along. So nice to have you here today, Alex.
Thank you.
So tell us, why acting?
I enjoy acting, but first I was doing induction, and then my friend used to make me fill in if actors didn't turn up on the day. So then I decided I actually enjoy being in front of camera instead of behind it. So after that I decided to sign up to a few agencies and then started off as extras. But the main reason I like it is because you get to travel to so many different locations that you would never travel to on a normal day. So yeah, that's why I love acting.
How long have you been doing acting?
I'm in and out for about 5 years, because I also work for the NHS. So I have to make a living whilst you have to make money to pursue the dream, to fund the dream, should I?
Since you've been in this industry for 5 years, what have you learned that you wish you knew when you started?
Put yourself in places, because places are not going to put you there. So you have to actually work hard and make sure that you put yourself and that you work hard enough to have your ground in what you want to do. Because waiting for a opportunity is not the right way. You have to actually make the opportunity happen for you. Yeah.
Can you give us an example of when you've done that?
I would say when I first started, I was in extras agencies and just waiting for people to contact me. But instead I realised that you actually have to build connections with people. You can't just think that someone's going to think about you. You have to keep them in the back of their head.
And how do you do that? That sounds quite... it sounds a bit like stalking.
Not stalking.
It's me.
Just like a free...
I'm here.
Just like a frequent check-in. But it has to be genuine, obviously, because people can tell when it's not genuine. Only if it feels like it's the right time to be ask the person how they are and just check in with them. Not don't be fake with it. It's got to be honest.
So you ask them about their family or whatever?
No, do you know what? I never ask about family. I feel like that's personal, but I just ask them how they are. Just something that I'm generally interested in. If I see them doing something that I like or that I see is quite productive and I'm interested in it, I'll comment on it and just let them know how I feel about it if it's good. But it's always got to be genuine.
That's interesting you say family is too personal.
Yeah.
Because I have children, and if somebody asks me about my children, I take them more seriously.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe
because my children is part of me, and it's my main purpose for me to push on.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So if you don't ask me about the real me, you just ask me about the weather and other things.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's how I take it. So it's interesting when you say that.
I wonder if it's because I don't have children. That could possibly be why. So I don't ask what other people's family.
That's just food for thought.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're in acting school. How long have you been in acting school for?
Well, I started acting school just before COVID. But it was meant to be for 9 months, but because of COVID, it's ended up being 2 years.
So when you say just before COVID, when's the official COVID date, do you know?
2020 was when I was meant to start.
Okay, just 2 years ago.
Yeah, there was meant to have a winter showcase, but now it's been moved to this year, March. So yeah, it's been on and off.
So I understand you say you're in Ashley Walters' acting school.
Yeah.
And Ashley Walters, for those who's not listened, he did the TV show Top Boy that was endorsed by, what's the rapper?
Drake.
Yeah, Drake.
Yeah.
My son loves it, Drake. Just letting the audience know, if they're not up to speed like me. So how's that been? What's a typical day in Ashley Walters?
It's really good for me. I chose it because it's a part-time school, so I can work during the week, and it's on a Sunday, so it gives me a chance to do things in the week, but then it's quite intense. Like you have to have homework every week. So there's homework every week.
Homework.
So each week after work we study, and then when we're in the school, there'll be like a group of us, and we have a teacher for each different term. As you progress in your terms, you get a different teacher for a different teaching level. So that's really good. Switches it up a little bit, so you don't have the same teacher for the whole way. So yeah, that's what I like about it.
What's the homework like? Because if you're acting, I'm wondering what would be the homework?
So my homework is looking at plays, finding monologues in plays that I might want to act in for my showcase, learning scripts, the ones that they give us, and then learning text. So we have to break down the text, and every line, we sort of, part of the homework was finding the objective for each line in the script. So yeah, it's really handy.
What's a monologue that always rings true to you?
My heart's a suitcase. It's about homeless people.
Give us it.
Yeah, it's about this woman that's in a shop, and she's talking to a friend about how homeless people always speak to her or approach her, and just that when you see, you know, as a homeless person comes up to you, sometimes there might be little characteristics or things on their there's like things on their body, but things that stick out that you just remember, or maybe something they say that you just remember, and it happens to me a lot.
You have a good, kind heart, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't remember any homeless people.
Do you not?
Unless they're crackheads, and that's because I see them all the day doing this job. Yeah. They're saying, you're still out here. Yeah, come on, give me.
Yeah, but that's what you remember.
Yeah.
It's still
okay.
You still remember something.
I just think if you're a woman, you're out here, you must be dirty.
Yeah.
What are you doing out here, woman? Get it, dog.
I know. I think it's like.
It's bad enough a bloke being out there begging, but a woman, I was like, how did you get to that stage?
Yeah, it's mental. Yeah, I'll get in touch with the character. I'll study the character, research the character, and then say the words as if.
Okay, so I want you to give it to me now. Hit me with it, Alex. Come on. Ready?
No, I can't.
Come on. Come on, Alex. Come on. This could be your moment. Steven Spielberg can see this moment and say, yeah, I gotta have it. Come on.
I would, but it's, yeah. It's been a long night.
Letting it slide away, it's fading into the distance. I'm doing the production side,
Yeah.
Okay.
It was my birthday yesterday, I'm a bit tired.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So, what does the future hold for you?
The future for me, I guess I'm going to put more effort into acting and try and make the connections and try and put myself out there a little bit more. But also just career-wise, just to be successful in anything that I do, I guess.
And when you were in Top Boy as an extra?
Yeah.
Were you in Top Boy before you joined the school or after?
Before.
Okay.
Yeah, before as an extra, you don't actually need any experience. But I guess for acting, it's good to start like that because you just familiarise yourself with being on set and maybe like words that they say, media terms.
So what was the scene that you were in?
I was in a high street in Hackney and in a little cafe, and he walked into the shop and I was just behind him.
Oh, and is that when he sits down to talk to the other guy?
Just before that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody knows where to find you now. Okay. What's been the hardest thing for you during this whole acting spell?
It's going through periods that you might be really busy for months, and then you might have months where there's absolutely nothing. I guess that's the hardest part, to be fair.
Yeah, who's your mentor as an actor, and who's the person that you would love to act with?
Sure, I would love my mentor to be Idris Elba because he's from East London. I have acted with him before.
Really?
For Sky Atlantic called Gorilla, and he was just amazing to work with. Like, nothing was false. Like, it was just on set all day. But I feel like he DJs. I want to DJ. Like, I feel like I have a lot to learn from him.
Infatuation going on here.
Not an infatuation. I just respect what he's done.
Okay, no, I respect what he's done. I definitely do. But I'm just saying, I'm looking at your face now.
No, I'm not a fan girl.
Okay, fan girl. I didn't know.
No,
I didn't say that.
I just think he's done well.
He's done well.
And he moved to LA. You know, he talks about how he was living in his car in the beginning of his journey, and I'm sure we've all been there.
I met his best friend. His best friend was holding a dance. This was years ago in the club I used to work at. Yeah, and he was telling me about Idris Elba and how Idris Elba really helped him out. He got himself in trouble with drugs and all this. Not Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Just quoting on actually. It wasn't Idris Elba who's in trouble with drugs. It was his mate, and he helped him out.
Yeah.
And he used to, in turn, help Idris Elba out because he was running out of money and stuff.
Yeah.
In LA and all that, and then he just did it. Boom.
Helped him. Oh, that's kind.
Yeah, so, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
And you said you was in Star Wars. What was, like, Star Wars was obviously a big beast.
Yeah.
How was that? How was the environment? How was everything?
It was such a nice experience. I was there for a week, and you're working in a warehouse, so nothing's glamorous. You're there from like 4 a.m. doing your hair and makeup, and then you're waiting in the warehouse to go onto the set. They build a set within the warehouse. So they built like a bar, and you had to climb ladders to get into it. And once you was in there, it was like you wasn't even in a warehouse. I can't explain. It was unreal.
No green rooms?
No green rooms. No, not for the scene I was in.
Were you an alien? Were you what you said, hair, makeup?
Yeah, no, I wasn't an alien. But what was interesting for me was that a lot of people have characters and outfits that they can't actually see, and they have someone on a microphone in their ear telling them to walk left, right, so they can't actually see. Their like costume is like, even not in Star Wars, just in general, costume is so interesting. Like, you just find out little things.
So when you say they have a costume on, well, it's not on, they have a costume that you can't see.
Yeah.
So there's walking as a person.
Yeah.
Have they got one of those suits with all the sensors on?
No. They're just given.
It sounds like a green room thing when they just drop the costume on the person.
Yeah.
Later on. That's what it sounds like.
No, they actually sit there and make the costume. It's not green room. The faces, everything is.
How come they can't see the costume then?
Because it covers their head.
So they know it's on there. Oh,
yeah,
so they've got
they know it's on. Yeah, they
won't be able to see the costume. That's like me seeing my nose. Yeah, my nose is kind of big. Somebody, a younger person, wants to get into acting.
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them?
Study acting, because when I first started, I was literally just winging it. I would just turn up to set with the knowledge that I have from being an extra, which is not bad because you can get picked out to do walk-on roles. But I would really advise actually studying acting, the history of it, and just getting yourself familiar with monologues, because without that you can't really. You can do castings without a monologue. Sometimes they don't ask. Sometimes they just have plays already there. But it's nice to know a monologue in the back.
You spoke about monologues. Your other roles from Star Wars and Top Boy haven't been speaking roles. Have you done speaking roles?
I've done speaking roles for short films. So I use that for when I apply for work. But I haven't done a talking role on TV or anything like that. Yeah.
Like, you're still studying. Do you have an agent? Do you have a manager?
No. So when you're extra, you sort of manage yourself. You have extras agencies. But after I finish acting school, I'll be looking for an agent.
What kind of person is Ashley Waters? I've never met him.
I haven't met him at the school, but I've met him at other events, and he's just quite down to earth. You just get along with him. He's a normal person. Sometimes when you meet people from film. The character, you sort of think about the character, and you got to remember they're not the character, but Ashley is just himself. So yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So he was in that. So was he in the So Solid?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my cousin was in there.
No way.
Yeah, I come from the state where Matt Taylor's in jail. He's my cousin.
Stop it.
Stepbrother, whatever you call it. Yeah, and all that kind of thing.
So Solid was so good.
Okay. My cousin who was in So Solid now is in America. He's doing well.
Nice.
Yeah. So, he's doing okay from what I understand. So if you could do it all again, what would you do different?
I wouldn't. There's a thing like you have in your head that I'm going to wait till this before I do that, and learn the power of now. Just do it now. Don't wait for yourself to be ready. Don't wait for yourself to, go to the gym before you do something. Just literally, obviously keep fit, but don't worry about things. Just go for it. Don't
I like that.
procrastinate. I can't even say it. That's the word.
Don't worry, we all have our issues.
Yeah, issues.
No, so I have the same issues. The same words I just over. Oh yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's interesting what you said about. You spoke about gym. I see you're a beautiful young lady.
Thank
you
you.
seem in shape, not being a pervert.
Yeah.
Is there a special fitness regime you do? Do you tend the gym? Do you watch what you eat?
I'm not gonna lie, I do not watch what I eat, but I'll try and work out at least half an hour a day, and that might maybe at home. I attend gym sometimes, but it's quite a lot of effort after work when you've been working a long day. It's fun.
Where can people find you if they want to holler at you? They think they want to put you in one of their movies. I've interviewed the director for Emmerdale Farm, Coronation Street, EastEnders. And Brookside. I think it's Brookside as well.
Oh my god, I remember Brookside. That was so cool.
So you never know, he might be listening.
You never know. You never know of anything. My Instagram is Alexi Bailey.
Okay.
And that's where you can find me.
And do you want to spell that for everybody?
ALEXYBAILEY.
Okay, that's good. And all your acting stuff will be on there?
I have photos and videos on there. For my acting stuff I can send through if you contact me.
Okay, not a problem. As long as they know where they find you and stuff. And my last question to you is, what's the impact you want to have on the world?
I actually want the world to join together instead of being so segregated, and everyone just to, not be so stressed out with the government rules that they give us, and just sort of live freely. I know we all have to be in line, but I just feel like if we unite as together, then we might have a better outlook on the whole world if a small group starts.
More the politicians united than us as a public.
Right, but there's more of us than them.
Yes, but they make the rules.
I know, but look how many of us there are compared to them.
Yeah.
If we all switched on, they would have to go by what we want.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah, that's the impact.
You got a brain about you. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to take time to think about one wisely.
One last naughty question, or not naughty, I should say. What does the future hold for you?
For me, I guess just focusing for the next couple of years. To be fair, I just want to be happy, and I am happy now, but I just want to continue to be happy. That's the main goal in life.
Thanks a lot for that. We wish you well. Happy birthday.